The following is a Mad Sports Company presentation. Here's what's cooking on today's Sports Stove Local Hour. We are previewing the EKU defensive line, and we're bringing you Coach Jeremy Hawkins and Kelton Dawson from the D-line. You're going to love these interviews. That's what's cooking on today's Sports Stove Local Hour.
McKinney looks, steps into pocket, throws, open receiver, touchdown! Colonels, we're not done yet!
Our identity is we're going to press for 40 minutes, we're going to play up-tempo, we're going to play with unbelievable passion, and then our brand is the most exciting 40 minutes in sports.
Welcome into an all-new edition of the Sports Stove Local Hour, presented by Mad Mushroom Pizza. Mad Mushroom has been serving Colonel since 2016, and now they sponsor the Sports Stove. Mad Mushroom is located right across the street from EKU's campus and is well known as the home of the original cheese sticks. But as I mentioned in the past, I just tried out the cheese sticks with the nacho cheese dip. Yellow, worth your time. One of the things that I like to do, though, about Mad Mushroom that many people don't realize they can do is actually go inside and have a seat. They got booths, they got chairs. You can have a seat, get yourself a soft drink. They also serve adult beverages now. Try out the latest pizza of the month. There's all kinds of great things to enjoy at Mad Mushroom Pizza. So next time you're in town, stop in and tell them the Sports Stove sent you. They're going to give you $5 off your purchase of $20 or more. Or you can order online, madmushroom.com, and use the code SPORTS5, and you'll get that same discount, $5 off any purchase of $20 or more. SPORTS5, SPORTS, and the number 5 at madmushroom.com. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. And today on the Local Hour, we are feeding your EKU desires with the defensive line. And oh my goodness, we had a great conversation with Coach Jeremy Hawkins, his second time on the show. With Katie, Kelton Dawson comes on the show too, and had a blast talking with him as well. So we're going to bring you those interviews here in just a moment. First, want to shout out EKU women's basketball as they went out and did what they needed to do in the Bahamas. So a successful trip for both the men and the women to the Bahamas this year. So congratulations to both of them on those things, winning and all those sorts of things. It was fun watching a little bit of the games and seeing what the girls have this year. They're hurting for size a little bit, but outside of that, they're going to be a fun team to watch. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Coach Todd and the staff there can do with the roster they have this year. Maybe still adding pieces. We'll see about that. On Saturday was EKU Media Day for the football team, and had a chance to go out and chat with a number of the people there at EKU. Coach Wells shared several thoughts, and one of the things he mentioned was with the transfer portal, they're still recruiting right now for this season, still coming up, still looking to add some pieces. He said they had a kid, I think he said it was 2 weeks ago now, on Monday, committed to EKU. On Thursday, he enrolled in a different school. So he said there's a lot of just chaos out there with the transfer portal, not a whole lot of regulations on it. And so it's been quite the chore for the coaching staff and trying to recruit the needs that they have there. But this team is stacked. I'm looking forward to covering the defense. We've got the offense already covered. If you missed any of those episodes, go back wherever you get your podcast, or the Sports Stove podcast, and listen to those updates and those previews. But we are to the defensive side now. And today we're doing the defensive line. Next week, I'm hoping to get to the linebackers. Although I'm doing some travel next week. We'll see how that works out. And then the following week, we'll get to the defensive backs. And I'm excited. There were a lot of new defensive backs on this team, so to kind of learn a little bit about them as well. But we had good conversations with these guys this week, so let's get it to you. We're going to start off with Kelton Dawson. The interview with Kelton Dawson is presented by All Around Roofing. All Around Roofing is a locally owned business, and we are a local podcast, so we sure appreciate local businesses getting involved and helping us out. All Around Roofing can take care of all of your exterior needs, whether it be roof repairs or replacements, windows, sidings, gutters, chimney flashings, all kinds of things. If it's on the exterior of your home, All Around Roofing can take care of it. You can get more information on Facebook if you search All Around Roofing KY, or you can call them at 859-489-5179. Let them know you heard about them on the Sports Stove. Get yourself a free quote. They'll do that even if you don't mention the podcast. But we appreciate you mentioning the podcast nonetheless, the fine folks there at All Around Roofing. So they bring to you this interview with Kelton Dawson. We are joined now by defensive lineman Kelton Dawson. KD, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. We were just talking before we hit record about the warm weather. It's perfect for camp, right? To get you all ready for the season, right?
Yeah, definitely. That warm weather definitely gonna have you intact for all the games. That's at 6 and all that 3 and all that. So we just embracing the heat.
Embracing the heat. How's camp going? You guys have been going for about a week now. So how are things going with camp?
Camp's been actually pretty great. I'm seeing a lot, like, from the defense and the offense. We both getting better every single day, so I'm just loving it. Coach Wells is doing an amazing job coaching us and getting us very, like, adapted to the weather. Like, he's doing everything he can to keep us safe. So I'm really loving it, and I feel like we're gonna have a great season this year.
Yeah, you guys. Last year was this way too, but it just seems like everybody gets along really well on all aspects of the team. You've been on other teams too. So how does this year's team so far measure up with the camaraderie aspect?
This team is amazing. Like at my other school at Georgia Tech, we always was a family. And in order to have a great team, you got to be a family. You got to be able to trust the person next to you, or trust your brother that's across on the other side of the field. So I feel like just us having all this chemistry, and a lot of us just got here, and we just have great chemistry. So I feel like we just love each other for real. And Wells, he really teaches that and embraces, like, the love your teammates, love and serve. That's one of his famous words, love and serve. So that's what we really do. So I feel like it's great.
A lot of coaches preach it, but it does seem like Wells does a good job with following through with it, right, from top to bottom.
Yes, sir.
You guys on the D line, most of the guys playing this year are going to be guys that were here at least last year. You're leading the crew from the returning guys. You led the team with 31 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles last year. So what are you working on, or what have you worked on throughout this offseason that you're trying to improve in for this year?
Well, really, I just been wanting to get a lot stronger and a lot faster. So I've been working with Coach Brown with that, and I feel like it's been a great summer, great off season, and it's been really the best. And also been watching a lot of, like, Aaron Donald tape on YouTube with the hand works. So I've been wanting to work on my hand movements and how getting off the ball, reading the pass, and going on, like, reading the pass first and going to run second. So I've been working a lot of that and a lot of feet movement, hip work. So I feel like that's really, like, the main focus I've been trying to get better at for this year, so I could just not just be all conference. I want to be all American plus more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Best in the ASUN and best in the conference. Like, all the.
I love it. You got some pretty awesome guys next to you. Of course, TK, Shane, Ryan, Darian, all there from last year as well. Tell me about the room, the defensive line room. What you're seeing from your teammates as well. That's getting you excited about what's ahead this season.
Well, from all the vets that's been there before I was even there, they always had that mentality that they just want to win and be great. So I feel like with us bringing in a lot of new players like Jalen Haney and David Reynolds and even the freshman Jeremiah Bailey, he's been adapting and understanding the defense and doing a great job too. So I feel like with me coming in last year, they actually brought me into their wing and showed me, like, the EKU and the standard. So I feel like with me knowing that, I'm just trying to grow as a leader and continue to grow. And because I know from at my old school at Georgia Tech, I was a leader. So I wanted to, like, put what I learned from Coach Collins and put it also on the EKU and from Walt Wells. So I feel like it's been great. And Shane is really I'm the leader, but really it's Shane Burke's the leader. Shane helps me so much. He probably don't even know how much he helps me. And I'm just loving it.
We had a good time with Shane on Media Day this weekend. And, we're joking with him about him being around for it seems like a decade. But it's just finally it for him. So when you look at it, you guys now are getting to the end of your college career. Shane is at his 6th year technically here at EKU. you and TK as well, kind of getting towards the end of your college careers. Is there any part of you that looks at, hey, we got to make sure we send, like, for instance, Shane's been here. He's been at EKU for a while. So is there any part of you that goes, man, we got to send him out in style?
Really, I feel like Shane knows that he's going to go out with a bang. Shane really, when he first got here, he was a walk-on. From being a walk-on to getting a scholarship, that's like, you know what to do. So I feel like, if anything, Shane teaching us how to go out with a bang, because he know he's going to go out with a
bang. In practice, you guys have a pretty solid O-line that you guys practice against. We've talked with Peyton earlier a couple of weeks ago. We talked with a couple of the other guys throughout last season or the offseason as well. Then they brought in some new guys this year too that are some big fellas. So what's it like going up against that O-line in practice? How is that helping you get ready for the season?
Oh, they're great. Like, I love it. I love going against Peyton, KJ, Tucker, Drew Hart, all of them. They all great O-linemen. So with me just going against them and trying to learn, like, how to beat them. So, you know what I'm saying? When I see somebody else, like, the same size and the same technique, I could be able to do it against them too. So going against them every day is just hard work. Like, Coach Loshi be on their butts to be great, and I love it. So if he on their butt, we got to go extra hard because they not trying to upset Loshi.
Yeah. Do you have a preference? Do you like to play inside, outside? I know there's different techniques. I'm not savvy to the techniques, but what's your preference? What do you like to play the best?
So actually, I really love playing the 5 to end, the defensive end. But through this camp, I've been, like, going all around the D-line, and I've been playing, like, tackle. And I think I might be falling in love with tackle. Don't tell Hawkins and Wells that, though. They may not like I fall in love with the tackle position.
Yeah, well, you talked about watching Aaron Donald, so you're studying top end tackle there as well. I asked Shane this in media day, but you guys last year, and I'm sure it'll be the same way this year, a lot of rotation, keeping guys fresh, moving guys in and out. So do you like that rotation idea, staying fresh? Do you prefer to stay on the field and find a rhythm? What do you like that way?
I'm a team player, so I feel like if I'm fresh and I'm making my plays and I get a little win, I love for my brother to go in and take over where I started it and he finished the job. So I feel like the rotation is amazing. Hawk keeps us all fresh. So when I come in, it ain't really about getting cold because we all gonna get the same amount of reps at the end of the day. It's just all about if you got to give your 100% on the field. So if you win for about 8 plays and you tired, it's hard to give your 100%.
Yeah.
So I love it because when I'm tired, I put my hand up. My brother gonna come in and handle business, and when I'm ready to go back out, and he tired, I'm gonna come in and handle business again. So it's just like it ain't no difference of who on the field. We all just gonna make plays and be great.
Yeah, you talked about that with trusting your brother next to you. Trust the guy that comes in to spill you as well. and it seems like from everything that I've seen, you guys have some pretty good depth there. I mean, you talked about the guys already, some new guys you brought in, even the freshmen showing some stuff already as well. So it's got to be wonderful to know. When I come off, I'm sure you in your mind you're saying they're not better than me, but you had trust that they're going to do their job when they get on the field. I'm
never like they're not better than me. I'm a team player, like I say. I want everybody to be great. So it's never I'm the best on the field. I've never thought like that a day in my life. Even when I was young and I was killing the Pee Wee League. I'm a team player. I love, like, my teammates is like my family to me. Like I don't want to be bigger or better than nobody else that's in my family. I want all of us to be equal and all of us to be successful and great.
Talk about Coach Hawk a little bit and what he brings to the room, how he teaches you, what he's done since you've been here that has impressed you.
I love Coach Hawk. Hawk is a great coach. He understands, like, with him playing defensive line at Troy, he understands, like, oh, I got players. Like, when I was a college player, I get tired, so I know when my players tired. So he keeps us fresh as much as possible. So when it's time to play team and execute the play and stuff, we ready to do it. So I love Hawk. Hawk actually just came from a Tennessee Titans thing, and he learned a lot out there. He's actually showing us a lot of stuff I didn't know, even coming from Tech. And he's teaching me, even before he went there, he taught me so much. And, like, Hawk is one of the best defensive line coaches I've ever had. Between him and Marco Coleman, I don't know if you know him. He went to Georgia Tech. They taught me so much throughout these years of college, not as just a football player, but as being a man and understanding life after football and understanding how to take care of stuff on and off the field. So I just appreciate them so much. and I appreciate everything they've done for me throughout these years, and I love it.
When you look at the schedule, it's a tough schedule. You guys got a very loaded schedule this year. You played several of these teams last year. So is there a team on the schedule that you're really looking forward to that you're like, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing them again?
No, sir. I'm a week by week player. I'm whoever the opponent is that week. That's who I'm ready to kill.
Yeah, yeah. Jaden told us, we had Jaden Smith on last week, and he told us, the game he's looking forward to is Eastern Michigan because it's the first one. It's the next one, next one on the schedule.
It's the first one, and I'm ready week by week. Whoever's next opponent, I'm ready to kill.
Yeah. The fan base, you've been here 1 year. You saw the fan base last year. They had decent crowds for most of the games. The fall break was a little weak that week, but nonetheless, what do you like about the game day atmosphere here in Richmond?
I love the atmosphere. It reminds me of just playing in Georgia Tech and the ACC and playing all the Clemson and all them. I love it. It's no difference for me, even with the lights and when we score and it's dark and they flash the lights. We had that same. I love it. It just really gives me the chills and turn me up and ready to play more. So I feel like our biggest goal this year is how it was back in the day when they had the hill all packed out, and that's one of our biggest goals. So we want to win as much as possible so we could have everybody not in just Kentucky, not in just Richmond, but all over Kentucky to come watch it. Even past players that used to come watch when they was winning championships. We just trying to have that standard and bring that culture back.
I like to hear it. We've got a new sponsor this year, Mad Mushroom Pizza. So we're closing our interviews asking all of our guests this very simple question. When you're ordering a pizza, what's your go-to toppings? What do you got to have on a pizza?
I'm a meat guy. I love my sausages, my pepperoni, bacon, ham. I love me some meat. I'm a meat lovers type of guy.
I love it. I'm the same way. That's what I got to get every time too. And my wife, she always gets the gluten-free stuff, but I pile the meats on. And my boys enjoy that. Kelton, this has been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the season, and I think up front, especially, there's a lot of change in the secondary this year, but I think the front seven brings back a lot of consistency, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch you guys play this year and dominate up front, especially in the ASUN WAC and the non-conference stuff as well. I really appreciate you coming on. I know it's been a long day for you, but thank you for coming on, and good luck moving forward this season.
I appreciate you so much for having me, sir. And if you need anything, need some tickets or something, I got you. I got your whole family, all right?
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Mad Mushroom Pizza is now a proud sponsor of the Sports Stove Podcast. Mad Mushroom, home of the original cheese sticks. Proudly serving EKU's campus, Mad Mushroom offers Colonel's amazing pizza, cheese sticks, wings, grinders, and so much more. Next time you visit, tell them the Sports Stove sent you, and you get $5 off any order over $20. Or visit online, madmushroom.com. And when you order, enter the code SPORTS5, SPORTS5, and you'll get that $5 off any order over $20. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. Does the exterior of your home need a facelift? All Around Roofing has you covered. All Around Roofing is a locally owned company servicing Madison County and all of Central Kentucky. From roof repairs and replacements to gutters, siding, windows, soffits, chimney flashings, and more. All Around Roofing provides quality work and friendly service that will leave your house looking great. Call today, 859-489-5179 to get a free quote. That's 859-489-5179. We can handle your all-around exterior needs at All Around Roofing. Boy, I had a blast with KD. I sure appreciate him coming on and looking forward to what this defensive line can give this year. I'll give you my thoughts on that line, but first I want you to hear from Coach Jeremy Hawkins. We had Coach Hawk on once before at the end of last season. Actually, we gave him an award, official Sports Stove Award for Coach of the Year in EKU. So we appreciate him and had a great conversation with him as well. One of the things that you do on the defensive line is you got to deal with the pests on the other team, those running backs that are pesty, those quarterbacks sometimes as well. Well, in your own home, you have to deal with pests also, whether it be ants, spiders, centipedes, stink bugs, whatever it may be. And there is a local company that can help you. It's IPM Pests and Termite. Again, locally owned and operated. IPM Pest and Termite is Central Kentucky's neighborhood pest professionals. They show up when they say they're going to show up. They guarantee their services, and they have competitive pricing as well. I promise you will not deal with a better pest control company than IPM Pest and Termite. Find more information at myipm.com. IPM Pest and Termite is the sponsor of our next guest, and it is Coach Jeremy Hawkins. Let's get you that interview. We are joined now by defensive line coach Jeremy Hawkins. Welcome back to the show, Coach. How you doing?
Man, I am great. I'm happy to be here. Amazing show, amazing podcast.
Thank you.
You do a heck of a job, so glad you got me on again.
I appreciate it. Let's start off with your big trip this weekend. You got to go spend some time with the Titans. Cool opportunity, and even KD was already saying you were already teaching some stuff that you learned for this weekend or saw this weekend. So, how was that time down there in Nashville?
It was amazing. A great learning experience, a great opportunity to learn from a organization, Coach Vrabel, Coach Crow, the outside linebackers coach on T. Williams, D-line coach. Those guys are doing a heck of a job and running a top-notch, A1 organization. And that's a team that's in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs every year. Had the opportunity to go play for an AFC championship this year and didn't quite finish it, but they have a heck of a team, man. It was refreshing, and it was a opportunity to learn from myself. I'm a D-line guy. I have been a D-line guy for a long time. So for me to work with the outside backers with Coach Crow, it was a blessing in disguise because I was able to learn the back end piece of things, the coverage of things, and heck, man, he had some heck of a drills when it came to pass rush. That's kind of what I brought back to here at EKU. Some pass rush stuff I want to teach my guys. That's going to help us later on in the season.
Yeah, you're returning D lineman on the team. I think you're returning, let's see here, 4, 5, 6, 6.5 sacks from last season from the line. Of course, there was more with the edge rushers and things like that as well. But is that an area of focus here this offseason, was to improve that pass rush?
100%. That's always the area of focus. It's one of those deals where, even when you're good, you're not good enough. Good can be great can be excellent. It's just all about just having fanatical effort every day to get better. Those guys come in and go to work, man. It's definitely a emphasis, and we want to make sure that we get better at pass rush when it comes to interior rush guys. KD Kelton is a heck of a motor guy. He's a heck of an effort guy. He works his tail off to work his pass rush moves. So he takes everything kind of personal when it comes to rushing the passer and stopping the run. So it's a blessing to be able to coach him. But these guys, this whole group, man, when you talk about returners, even the guys that weren't starters last year have played a lot. You got Kelton, you got Shane Burks, you got Ryan Jackson. You got TK McClendon. You got Baker. Shoot, man, I can go on and on with the new additions that are coming in that are here already, and they're going to help out a lot too. So getting that pass rush going even more, making more plays in the backfield, more tackles for loss, more sacks. It's only going to just pay dividends to this defense, which is already a good defense, but we're trying to make it a great defense.
Yeah, there's a lot of expectation coming into the season for the defense because of the returning veterans that you have as a whole on defense. Now, the defensive backs, it's almost a whole new crew, it seems like, back there. But with your D-line, like you mentioned, these guys that are coming back, Kelton, TK, Shane, Ryan, Darian, these guys, they've all given you some production in the past, and they're all hungry to give more production now. I mean, we talked to Shane on the media day this weekend, and he's in his final year now. He's been around for a little while, but a lot of pride in what's getting done here at EKU from him. Just talking to Kelton, he just, man, his motor and what he's excited about is he talked about team. It was all team. Anytime I asked him about individually, immediately turned it back to the team. But But he talked about, watching Aaron Donald. He talked about moving to different positions, falling in love with the tackle position right now. He said, with some of the video he's watching, this stuff like that too. So you got these returning guys coming, and you guys did a great job last year of that rotation, constantly rotating guys in, keeping guys fresh. Are you happy with the depth that you have so that you guys can do that again this year?
Very excited about it. Very excited about it. It was a pleasure to have that depth last year. You can roll guys in, literally rolled in 7 to 8 guys a game, depending on the health of everybody. And it was a blessing. So that's why you see some of those stats kind of skewed a little bit, because a lot of those guys, they share reps, and they're okay with that. And that's what's so unique about this room. It's truly a brotherhood. They truly like each other. They truly hang out with each other. They truly talk to each other. They're brothers, they're friends, and they understand that it's about the team. It's the team, the team, the team. That's what it's about. And there's no individual that's more important than a team. So these guys work together. They know 1s and 2s, and heck, you might be a 3 that's going to play quite a bit, and if you're good enough, you're going to work your tail off, and we're going to give you opportunity to get on that field and work. So that depth is very important.
Yeah, and they've truly bought into it. I mean, it's one of those things, because you hear people talk about it sometimes, but you can tell they're not bought in. But these guys are. I mean, Shane talked for a while on Media Day about that, and then me and Katie talked about it just a few minutes ago as well. That idea of, hey, yeah, I'm fresh that way, and my brothers are getting their due also. So they've really bought into what's going on there, and I'm excited to see. I know Ryan's dad keeps up with me a lot on social media, and faithful listener to the show and stuff like that. I know he's super excited about what Ryan's bringing to the team this year, and the opportunities that he's going to get. He had 14 tackles last season. Looking to bolster that up a little bit. Then you guys got some new guys that we really don't know a whole lot about as far as the outsiders, us on the outside. You got Jalen Haney coming over from VMI, Dave Reynolds from FIU, and then you've got the freshman Jeremiah Bailey as well that comes from where I grew up in Middle Tennessee. And so I'm excited to see what he can do as well. So are you expecting, hopefully, having that 7, 8, 9 guys getting some snaps?
And that's why I'm so excited, because when you get guys like Jalen, and you get guys like David, and you get a freshman that's coming in, he's working his tail off, man. He's excited about the game of football. He's young and hungry. So and you got Greg Green too. He's going to be a redshirt freshman. Greg Green has worked his tail off this entire summer, and he's gained some weight, gotten bigger, and he's going to come correct this year too. So we got some good depth. We got some tools and toolbox that just have to be sharpened. And we're sharpening our tools up right now in this fall camp. And when it comes time to kick off for Eastern Michigan, man, I think we're going to be really good. I think we're going to be okay when it comes to the defensive line unit. So I'm super excited about those guys, man. It's when you see a guy that came in from VMI and Jalen that's a 2-year starter, you don't get that too much. You got a 2-year starter coming in and jumping right in and ready to roll. You got David Reynolds that came from FIU that played significant snaps at FIU. And he's going to play significant snaps for us here. And then you got, like you said, Jeremiah Bailey, and you got Greg Green. Those guys are hungry. And they're working. They're working every day, and they're getting better every day. So it's going to be fun. Lord willing, we stay healthy. Everybody's good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Now, when you bring in the young guys, the freshmen and things like that, is there one thing that typically is kind of a focus when they first get there you have to work on, whether it's size or anything else? I know there's always an adjustment, right, from high school to college football. It's drastically different. Everybody says they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, all that kind of stuff, the
Right.
opponents and things like that. So when you have the young guys come in, is there stereotypically one thing you got to work on immediately, or does it vary player to player?
Yeah, it varied player to player. I feel like time management is one of those things when you come to college out of high school, or maybe if you transfer from another school, it's just different. You got to get used to it. It's, the reps of actually living a college student and football player lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that's hand in hand. For me, it's about building that foundation, right? And it's about the player having a willingness to want to seek and take everything in as a newcomer. They have to understand that they have to make their mark. They have to come in and find their role on this unit, and on this team. So I think it goes hand in hand both ways. I feel like those younger guys have came in and did a good job. Those transfer guys have came in and did a good job on understanding their role, trying to define their role, and do it with conviction. So it's been good.
You look at the schedule, it's a stacked schedule for you guys this year. You're basically playing 4 FBS teams. If you count the teams that are moving up next year. Now it's the second year in the ASUN WAC Challenge, so you've seen some of these guys before and things like that. Is there anybody on the schedule that you look at and go, boy, I love to scheme against that team? It's been a fun team to scheme against.
Man, we've had some knockdown, drag-out games with Central Arkansas.
Yeah.
We've had some knockdown, drag-out games with Jacksonville State. It's never easy. It's football. People say, oh, I got a hard schedule. It's always a hard schedule. It's a game of football. It's a violent, hard game. It's a sport that you got to be a tough guy to play it, and it's a tough schedule, yes, but they're always tough.
Yeah.
We start out with Eastern Michigan, we go to Bowling Green, and man, I think we'll be ready for those games. I think we'll come with some good schemes, and we'll come with a lot of effort, a lot of good fundamentals. And you look at it, that's how we want to win games, with great effort and great fundamentals. And you out effort guys, you out fundamental them, you have better fundamentals than them, and usually you win the game. That's how it works. So it kind of goes back to when it goes hand in hand with building that foundation of the unit, of the team, of the defense, of the team in general, and each player kind of understanding their role and finding their role and understanding how to build on their role, and just keep getting better every day, every snap, every rep, and just come with that workers mentality every day. That schedule is going to be what it is every year. We don't have a say-so on it as position coaches, and the players don't have a say-so on it as players. So we got to go out and play the football game itself. On paper, people might say whatever, win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. Let's go line it up and play the game.
Yeah. That's why they play the game, right?
That's it.
We got a new sponsor this year, Coach. Mad Mushroom Pizza is one of our sponsors. So we're asking all of our guests, if you're ordering a pizza, what's your go-to toppings? What do you got to have on your pizza?
Well, I'm kind of a meat lovers.
Okay.
All right. I'm a meat lovers or a supreme pizza. It's my deal.
Okay.
So I'm, all the meats that you can think of, I have it on there. And supreme, you got your mushrooms, you got your bell peppers, you got your onions, and the rest of it is meats, right? So that's my deal. Meat lovers and supreme pizzas.
I love it. Coach, we're glad to have you in Richmond. I know you're on the rise, and I'm sure that someday we're going to lose you to somewhere else at some point in time. You'll be head coach before you know it. But thank you for coming on the show. Good luck this year. And we're really excited about the unit that you're building here at EKU and what's ahead for this season.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on again. And one thing about it, I'm happy. And me and my wife, we're happy with being here at EKU. We're blessed. And I appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir.
With over 20 years of experience, Matt Schaefer and the good folks at locally owned IPM Pest and Termite provides pest control service for all of Central Kentucky's pest control needs. Whether you have a current pest control problem or want to prevent infestation from ever entering your home, IPM Pest and Termite offers maintenance programs that will help keep pests out of your home and provide peace of mind. So for dependable, reliable services that you can count on, get in touch with our good friend Matt Schaefer at IPM Pest and Termite today at myipm.com. That's myipm.com.
Mad Mushroom Pizza is now a proud sponsor of the Sports Stove Podcast. Mad Mushroom, home of the original cheese sticks. Proudly serving EKU's campus, Mad Mushroom offers Colonel's amazing pizza, cheese sticks, wings, grinders, and so much more. Next time you visit, tell them the Sports Stove sent you, and you'll get $5 off any order over $20. Or visit online, madmushroom.com. And when you order, enter the code SPORTS5, SPORTS5, and you'll get that $5 off any order over $20. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. Welcome back into the Sports Stove Local Hour. And I told you were going to enjoy these interviews. I'll tell you what, these guys, both KD and Coach Hawk, great interviews. Just an absolute pleasure to talk with both of them. Really excited about what this front line can do for this EKU defense. The defense is stacked. We'll get to the DBs in a minute, or in a couple of weeks. But the DBs are pretty much all new DBs. And you're talking about maybe two guys that played significant snaps last year that are back in John Blunt and Joe Sales. Everybody else is pretty much new. And Sales, he got hurt in the spring. So, he said he should be cleared in about 2 weeks, I think. But he's going to be coming back from injury. So you got that going on too. But this defensive line is absolutely stacked. You got guys that are going to play this year that have snaps at LSU, Georgia Tech, VMI, and Florida International. Then you got Shane Burks, who has all kinds of experience, worked his way up from a walk-on. He's a local kid from Bryan Station. You've got Ryan Jackson, who, again, had 14 tackles last season, 3 tackles for loss, and he's going to get more snaps this year. Darian Baker returns as well. Then you've got the guys they talked about, Jalen Haney and David Reynolds, 2 of the transfers that came in. Haney had 23 tackles last year for VMI. And then Jeremiah Bailey, this is a freshman, true freshman, and hails from Smyrna, Tennessee. And they're excited about what he's going to bring as a freshman, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal when you're a true freshman and the coach and your teammates are excited about what you're doing. And then Gregory Green back as well this year. Did not get any in the stat book last year, but looking for some snaps this year as well. So you've got these guys that are going to step up, a really solid group. I mean, a solid 6 at the very least, if not 7. And then you've got guys that have potential. So it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out in the end. Kelton is going to be an important piece to that line, especially if he's playing more defensive tackle. TK, he had 24 tackles last year, tackle and a half for loss, 1 sack. So those numbers definitely need to go up. Shane had a good year last year, 23 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and a forced fumble. So it's just a matter of time, right? And they're going to kick it off hard and fast, Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green on the road before they have their first home game of the season. And I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of home games, let's remind you that we're going to have the Sports Stove Tailgate Show on game days of home game days. We'll be at Mad Mushroom Pizza across from EKU's campus. We'll be there at lunchtime. So the first home game will be there at noon. And you can come in and get some pizza, get a discount on some pizza as well, and come in and enjoy the show, maybe even have a chance to get on the show. So make sure you make plans for that. Then a special announcement. We are scheduled to interview Athletic Director Matt Roan on Wednesday evening. And I'm not sure yet when we're going to drop the interview because, honestly, I'm just not sure how the interview is going to go. So we've got that interview. We're going to talk about the softball stuff, try to get some clarification on some of those things. And we'll talk about EKU sports in general as well. But he said that he would come on and do the interview when I reached out about it when the softball stuff kind of broke. And so we're going to get him on. We'll see how it goes, and we'll share it with you once we figure out exactly what the interview is. If it's worth posting as its own episode, we'll do it. If not, we'll put it into next week's episode. We just honestly just don't know. To this point, he hasn't really answered any questions. And I told him, and when we messaged, I said, I'm not making judgment. I just have questions. And he said, okay. So we'll see what he does, right? We'll see if he'll answer those questions. Excited to talk with him. I've always appreciated Athletic Director Roan. He's always been very kind to me, and I'm hoping we can have a good conversation here on Wednesday evening. Thank you to our sponsors, Mad Mushroom Pizza. Remember, Sports5 is the code you can use when you order online, madmushroom.com, or just mention the podcast if you call in an order or go in person. All Around Roofing. Make sure you visit them. They are helping our listeners. They'll help you as well. And IPM Pest and Termite, Central Kentucky's neighborhood pest professionals. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Sports Stove, a local hour. Until next time, when we're talking linebackers, we'll see you around the Sports Stove.
McKinney looks, sets to the pocket, throws, open receiver, touchdown! Colonels, we're not done yet!
Our identity is we're going to press for 40 minutes. We're going to play up-tempo. We're going to play with unbelievable passion. And then our brand is the most exciting 40 minutes in sports.